If you want to develop positioning like a Rainbow Six professional, like the pros, like the best players in the game, then this is the video for you, because positioning is a skill. It's a skill that you can learn once you know how to do it. And it's pretty straightforward, but throughout this game today, I'm going to focus entirely on where I'm positioned and why I'm doing it and try to explain it to you so that you can adopt this mindset of positioning and train your positioning and get way better at it. So I'm going to pick Legion off the start. I mean, part of positioning, one of the biggest aspects of where you're actually going to position yourself is information. So you're going to position yourself based on where the other team is pushing, what's default for like the rank you're in or the region you're in. So default for me, based off the fact that I'm going into the first round with no idea how the other team plays, is like they'll probably do like a library take or a solar take or try to push K9, right? Those are kind of the options that people have, at least from my experience. So go off your own experience and then position yourself accordingly. So I'm going to first, just kind of cover the general area. This part's not as important, we're in the prep phase, we're just setting up the site, we're going to do all that, but then we'll get into the actual positioning once the round starts. Now, you can sit on site, you can anchor, and you can position yourself based on that, but you can also roam. You can also go off site and position yourself that way. I'm going to check the cams right off the start. This is the first step to picking a good spot to play. Where are they spawning? What are they pushing? They shot the outside front default. They didn't shoot the library default, so they're not coming library. And you can see there's a few of them solar side. So I'm going to reposition off of this information into a spot where I can contest them coming this way. So if I go here, they can only get into solar by hopping in the bathroom window, rappelling in the solar window, or walking from anywhere on the map into my crosshair. And when do I reposition? When do I move? Well, there's kind of two options to that. The first is they drone me out. If they drone me out, I don't want to get stuck in this corner, because one flashbang, one grenade, one piece of utility, and I can no longer hold it. Two, if my team is getting slaughtered on the bomb site and turns out they're actually going direct for the bomb site, I want to support my team by going up to help them. Now, I hear the guy on the window, the guy's shooting through the wall here, so again, I'm just going to stay here until I get droned out. And if I do get droned out, I want to reposition so that they don't know where I went and I can end up shooting them in the back. But other than that, we're just sitting here and holding angles. And the best part of this is you don't need good aim. You don't need any other good skills, because good positioning can really carry you so far. And you see my Tachanka's there. I could reposition to play off him, but honestly, there's no need, because after they kill him, they're still not going to check this corner. I'm still going to get the kill, and it's not worth giving up my good position to help him. So I'm just going to hold. I hear the guy coming. There might be two. So I might just wait. I might even wait for the second guy to cross before I kill the first guy. There's one. Don't want him to get away. And now we reposition. Why? Because we kill and move. You want to get the kill and then move to a new spot.
1 op 4 remaining.
So the last guy's on me as well. I'll just keep holding. I hear him on my right. At this point, we're just trying to stay alive. Make him push into me. He doesn't know where I am. If he drones me, I can reposition again, right? Or I can just push up and try to kill him. So again, my aim was kind of bad. I'm not trying to focus on having super good aim. I want to show you that anyone can do this. So, you sit, you hold. You see how he's not aiming at me. So I actually have quite the advantage in the gunfight, because he's not looking the right way, right? He's over-aiming. He's aiming too high. I'm prone on the ground. He doesn't know that. So just changing up your positioning can lead to these really big advantages. That's a very basic example. We'll move into round 2 and show you a couple more. Hopefully my teammates win this. All right, so let's go again. I'll play Bandit this time. I'm just going to bandit off the walls. We'll do a little roam upstairs so you guys can see a little bit more of like how positioning works. And a big thing too is positioning yourself in areas that you're able to retreat safely back to site from. The site is the most important position. It's the strongest position, right? The attack eventually has to go to the site. If they don't, they run out of time, they lose a round. So eventually and inevitably, the attack will come to the bomb site. So that's going to be the best position, because firstly, most of your teammates are on it, most of your utility is invested in it, so it makes it more safe. Secondly, you're not going to get shot in the back because you have your teammates around you covering the other areas most of the time, or you have the utility covering it. So you have a lot more safety on the bomb site. So your positioning then should always try to get back to the bomb site. Let's say I want to hold garage. I want to sit in this corner, maybe pick someone off who's not droning. Well, this would work really well if they don't drone me and I could get a free kill. But the one problem is that if they don't come here and they come trench instead, and this trench door is open, now all of a sudden I'm trapped. I'm trapped big garage side. So let's say there's a guy here and a guy there. Now I can't go anywhere without getting stuck unless I have smoke or a zombie, or I have something to block this off to actually get back to the bomb site. So roaming over here is not the smartest, because this door cuts cuts off my rotate back to site, and I don't have the option to return to site. And that's always something you want to keep in mind when you're thinking about where you're playing. Now, we didn't check the camera, so I don't know where they're coming from. So let's do like kind of like a small extension. We're going to extend out and play in this blue staircase. You see, I have a very safe path back. There's nowhere I can be cut off from, maybe except for the breach, but I can easily just play here and protect this. So I can just play up on these stairs. My fall-off route is secured. I have cover, so my positioning is in cover, and if they peek this, they are in an area where they will not have cover, so I will have an advantage in the gunfight. And again, if nobody drones me, I'm in a good spot, so just walk into me. Now, I could check the cams and even try to get deeper and be more effective and try to get more kills since we have lost a player. So that's another thing. If you're losing teammates and you need to get aggressive, changing your position and getting aggressive on like that flank or whatever can be very, very useful if you have the info. So it's a 3v5 now. My teammates are dying, so I'm going to look for some picks. There's nothing outside this, but there might be backside trench. They might be backside, so I'm going to try to flank this. Now, I want to be ADS while I flanked in case there is a guy here. So I'm already prepared for the gunfight. There we go. And you see, because I'm aiming, I can take him out. Now, he was watching the flanks. That's something you want to be aware of. But we have the 3v3. I can reposition. They might still think I'm over there by the west main stairs. They might go to kill me. But I'm already way back over here because I've repositioned after getting a kill. You get a kill, you reposition. When you have the even advantage, make them push you. Make them walk into sight. Right? We don't need to peek this. They have to plant the bomb. If they want to play on the shelf, I have a C4. So I'm just going to sit here and wait to see if I can hear this plant. Now, I'm just going to hold my back in case they walk down. Because again, they could come here. It might be even safer to cross and play it from over here. There we go. Now I'm completely safe. The reposition is a success. And because we hear this guy in the back, we have the information, we can hold the doorway. We reposition to stop them from walking into the site, right? And we just hold the angle and we chill out. I'm going to hold it a little bit wider in case he sprints through. Now I hear this guy behind me, and because of my positioning, I can just react. I mean, I apologize. I kind of went too hard with the aim there, but I'll play this a little more sloppily. I have cover. He won't. This is a good position right now. We know he's there. I could even tell my team, like, hey, I got the back guy. You watch the front. That's always a good comment to make. I feel like I heard someone, but it doesn't matter. He's got to push deep on me, and I can react.
Shoot at the camera. It's hacked.
So again, this guy has 25 seconds. He has to push in. I just hold my position. I'm a defender. He's an attacker. All I have to do is stay alive. And stop him from getting into the bomb site. That's also important. So I do want to peek it.
15 seconds left.
Okay, so he's down, so I don't need to peek it. I've changed my position, so I'm in a new spot, so he might not check this corner.
1 op 4 remaining.
He has to plant, so I just keep hiding. Can pop this in case he comes blue.
1 friendly remaining.
And because I've just changed my position, stayed safe, we won the round. I'll try to dial back the aim. I'm sorry. I know you guys like when I play like I only do the one skill, but I'm naturally just blessed at this game, so I apologize. I'm just freaking nasty by accident. Hopefully we can lose a round so we can get a couple attacks in, because positioning on attack is also really important. Defense, the motive is really hide and then move. Hide, get kill, move. Hide, shoot drone, move. Reposition when you need to based on who's dying and where they're pushing from, you know? So that's the other half of it. The half is hide, get kill when they walk past you, back up towards the site. The other half is my whole team is dying on site, run back to the site. Or, you know, maybe I'm sitting on the site and somebody just slightly outside the site is getting pressured. I can run over there and help them. So supporting your teammates is also important when it comes to positioning. Let's do a bad example of positioning, because this is something a lot of people will do. I'm going to go Vigil. I'm going to throw the ACOG on the Bashi. I'm going to show you what most people do for positioning and some common mistakes you might be making. All right, so round started. We're just fully giving up the objective. We're running around the map. We're doing whatever. Yada, yada, yada. I mean, I always like going for a spawn kill, a drone spawn peek. It's always good. Getting rid of their information is also great because it makes your positioning better, because you're less likely to get drones with the less drones they have, right? So getting rid of drones is always smart too. All right, fantastic. We spent the whole prep phase doing pretty much nothing but shooting drones, and then we're going to go hide in the basement on the other side of the map. This is something so many people do. So many people do this on attack where they'll just come through a random spot too. It's not a good idea. There we go. We're going to sit here pretty much for the whole round. You probably wouldn't even check the cams. That's how bad that you are. You wouldn't even check the cams and realize, hey, there's not even anyone coming over here. But if you did, which my face cam's in the way, but there you go. If you're on this cam, you can see, oh, there's nobody coming over here. If you're smart, if you're a good player, you get off this cam and you go rotate to contest this guy right away. But most people would still just be sitting here like this because they wouldn't have checked the cams, and they'd be like, oh, I'm just going to wait for someone to come through, and then maybe 40 seconds go by, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I gotta go get kills. And then when it's a 5v3, you start running at the other team. Instead of going back to site, you start running at them. You run through the map. You're like, well, give me kills, blah, blah, blah. You don't know where anyone is. And then what happens, you run through the map. You're running around. Oh, there's a buck hole. Buck must be in here somewhere. And you're stomping your way through. And then you go to fucking shoot someone. You're looking for everyone, people everywhere. And then you get shot in the side of the head because you don't know what's going on. Right? Oh, there's a guy here. Oh, this is you. This is you on a good day. Oh, I don't know how to position myself. Yeah, idiot. But imagine you just went up there and just held an angle. Oh, I probably would have killed both of those guys. Imagine. Wow, that's crazy. The moral of the story is just sitting still. And, I mean, to be fair, the guy in the hatch was a bot. Like, I know you guys would have killed that guy because he wasn't even reacting to me shooting next to his head. But if he's a little bit better, right, that guy's going to be holding the angle and I'm just running into it and dying. So, regardless of how you look at it, it's not good to do that. Unless you need to get aggressive and get kills back. In that case, you know, feel free to try and, like, retake some space. But you saw how we did the other round. We ADS'd on our flank when the guy was standing here. We ADS'd as we walked through, right? So when you're repositioning, you want to aim because that's when you're the most exposed. That's when you have the least cover, and that's when your footsteps are giving the other people audio to react off of it. So sitting still doesn't tell them where you are. Moving around does tell them where you are. And that's how people get away with not droning. That's how people get away with just walking through the map shooting you on attack because you're giving away where you are by moving. But if you don't, you will just shoot everyone in the back of the head. Now, I'm actually pretty glad that we got defense first because when it comes to positioning, I always think about defense. Defender positioning, I find is a lot easier to understand than attacking positioning because attacking positioning relies on so many variables, relies on what your teammates have control of. It's a lot more playing off your team or playing into a strategy, right? So, for example, if I wanted to play like a Harbreacher here, I wanted to go ace. What am I going to do with ace? Well, I'm going to go wherever my ability is useful. That's basic. I guess that really sums up positioning on attack. You are going where you can make your ability useful. If I'm playing ace, and this is the thing most people understand, is hard breaching, right? If I'm going thermite or I'm going ace, I'm going to go open up the wall. I'm going to position myself in a spot there I can open up the main reinforcement, right? For playing chalet basement, I might open up snowmobile garage or the backside. That's pretty much it. Those are our two options for our abilities. But people don't apply this to other attackers for some reason. For example, if I'm not ace and I am Grim, I want to position myself where I can make my bees useful. That might be solar repel, where I can shoot my bees in, repel in. That might be the bathroom window, where I can hop in through bathroom or piano. Or if I'm Flores, I might go to the roof right away to start breaking stuff through those windows of that balcony. So you have to position yourself in a spot where your ability gets value. And by creating value, you win more. That's how this game works. So, do I want to play Grim? I don't know. I guess we just gave an example. So I will play... I'll play Gridlock. I love Gridlock. Gridlock, great operator. So, I'm Gridlock. I have track stingers. So, what would I use my track stingers for? This is what you want to think about in the prep phase. What would I use my track stingers for a top floor attack? Flanks. That's what most people use it for. Flanks or, you know, making noise, causing a distraction. So, I could either do it, you know, on the solar stairs flank or the main lobby stairs flank and the blue flank if my team is pushing that side. But you see my team is clearly going solar side at the moment. Oh, they might actually be rotating over. Looks like they're rotating over, but I'm already drawing this out, so I'm gonna try to take this. Look, this is clear. This is clear. Why don't I just take this? Why not? I have my utility that can now cover my flank, right? So I might as well take it. This is free space. Free space is always good space. There we go. My utility is out, and I'm in a good position. Now I can leave a drone here. I can act off of it based off where I am at. Oh, my other drone's outside, so I guess I will need this to gain more information. So we're gonna gain information. Oh. They're downstairs. That's great. That's great. Now I'm in a bad position. So what does that mean? I gotta reposition. Okay. Well, if we're going downstairs, where's my Harbreacher? He's trenched. He's going for the back walls. What does that mean? I'm Gridlock. What can I do? Hold the flank. Okay. Let's do that. I also have the case, so I need to reposition closer to the bomb site. All of a sudden, look, they can't flank. I got Gridlocks. Look. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have information on the flank. We're doing great. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let's break this stuff. Why? Get rid of the stuff. That's how you play this game. Now we just have to hold an angle. We can't really do much until our teammates start opening stuff up. And if, you know, our ace dies, then we're going to have to find something else to do. Maybe we go up and open the hatch. Maybe the hatch is soft. There's a thought. Let's check it out. Let's go see if it is soft or not. That's a good information to have. Looks like it's reinforced, so we're not going to worry about it. Okay. So... what do we do? Well, we're being pretty useless, right? We're doing literally nothing. This guy's holding the door. This guy's holding the door. Why would we have 3 people holding the door? Don't. That's dumb. Let's figure out how we can actually push in here. because we're on attack and the time is against us. So we got to pick up the pace and figure out what we want to do. Now we need to burn this gate, but there's also this guy blue. Is there a guy pillar? That is the question. No. Okay, perfect. Then let's just swing in. What are we waiting for? There we go. We have control of the site now. We'll nade this. My teammate is not covering me. There's another guy. There we go. Look. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm bad. Oh, I'm bad. I really thought my teammates would kill him. They did kill him eventually, but that's my point, right? We're in a position that forces the Vigil to wide swing. And I know that was a little chaotic. That was a little fast pace. But by hugging that wall there, instead of swinging pillar... Oh, wait. He's still not dead. Oh, my God. These guys are bots. That's fine. That's fine. My point is, by hugging the wall there, he has to swing all the way into the corner. And that gives my team a massive opportunity and the time to kill him. Those two guys that were behind me, I'm not sure what happened, but they probably should have killed the Vigil in that circumstance. So by positioning yourself to also be in cover and force them to swing you so that your teammates can shoot them is also a great play if your teammates can shoot back. I hope this helped with your positioning, and I don't know. I think this was good. I don't know. Let me know. All right, see ya.